Welcome back to Homesteading with the Zimmermans, where we work hard and play hard on our little corner of land in Iowa. My husband and I were born and raised Old Order Mennonite, or horse and buggy Mennonite, as some refer to them as. And although we are no longer part of that culture or community, we are intentional about passing on the old-fashioned skills of our childhood to the next generation. Hello, hello. I am coming to you with a little midweek video of filling my porch planters with some greenery. My front porch is actually very much of a mess right now because we've got some bare ground that doesn't have any grass seeded, and the dogs have made a mess. But here behind me you can see all the greens that we harvested from our neighbor's property, and I'm just going to put those all together in those planters, and if I have time I'm going to put together a little wreath for the front door. So I have these big ceramic pots, and in the summer I fill them with plants, like live plants. And because they're really deep, I throw garbage or whatever I've got into the bottom of the pot so that I don't have to spend as much money on potting soil to fill up this entire pot. Plus, putting things like this in the bottom also helps the water drain out. But we're just going to leave this pot in here because it's going to help stabilize our greenery. So first of all, I'm going to start with the coarsest greenery and put a couple of those in the back. Okay, this one wants to bend that way, so we're going to put him like this. So next I've got this really tall one with pine cones. So I'm going to set this one in the far back. So I'm gonna have to fix this one that's leaning in because we're not gonna like that. And there we go. The first one is all done. And there we go with pot number 2. So now we're ready to make our wreath, and I've locked the dogs up so they stay out of my way, which means that Inky has come to join me. Is that right, Inky? So here's the supplies I'm going to use to make my wreath for the front door. And I know you can use wire. My favorite thing to use is zip ties. But don't tell Elvin that I stole zip ties from the garage. Inky, what you doing, Inky? I have to use an actual scissors because I couldn't find my little snips, my little plant snips. So you're gonna make tiny little bouquets. Oh, I know. You're such a nice kitty, aren't you? You're going to decide which is the top. You're going to take a zip tie. Ouch! Inky, that hurts. Ouch! And you're going to zip tie your little bouquet right to your wreath, right to your frame. And the looser you make your bouquets, the more artsy and flowy your wreath is going to be. The tighter and tinier you make your bouquets, the neater it's going to be. So you're just going to fasten them just like this. And then we're going to put another one right here. And once my zip tie is pulled as tight as it'll go, then I'm going to trim that. And I'm also going to trim the bottom edge. So that looks like that. And then I'm going to make another little bouquet. I'm going to position this bouquet in such a way that it covers up the zip tie from the other bouquet, and it's just gonna go around just like that. I think I've got one with a pine cone on here. I'd like to use that one. Can you see it taking shape? If you don't want to buy this, the other thing Hadassah and I have done is taken grapevines and just made a wreath out of grapevines and just wrap them up together, make a circle out of them, and that has worked really well too. If you use a grapevine, then you could leave it like this and leave part of it showing, but because this is just ugly wire, I'm gonna cover the whole thing. I don't have any white pine in this wreath yet, so I'm gonna take some of the white pine. And that one drapes. White pine is pretty soft, so it drapes a lot. I'm also gonna put some berries in this one. The berries usually drop off as the winter goes on, so I don't want too many berries. All right, guys, are you ready to see it? Here it is. That took me all but 10 minutes, probably not even 10 minutes. So, the other thing that I have is this hook that we will use to hang it on our front door. And I'm by no means a professional wreath maker. This is just my little old way to do it. I may add a bow to it. I thrifted this ribbon at the thrift shop. And the other thing that I have is some bells that I like to add. But there you go. It's all you need. Maybe I'll add this little bow to it. Hey, that's not too bad.